Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to askNK. And today we have news, and today's news is coming from the guys at SideFX, the creators of Houdini. They've gone ahead to create a brand new version of Houdini that is Houdini 18. And this release will introduce, more artist focused modeling tools. There's a new substance integration that's coming with this, and it's just a whole new set of things that they've actually improved from Vellum, FEM, Pyro and FLIP fluids. So one of the features that was most talked about is Solaris. So Solaris is one of the biggest feature coming to Houdini 18, and this deals with the technology known as USD. USD is simply, universal scene description, and this is something that the guys at Pixar makes use of. Some time ago we got to see where the guys from Autodesk got to tease about it, and it is an amazing technology. So the guys from SideFX, they are actually integrating this technology for lighting, look development and shot layout, and these things is basically targeted towards environment, lighters and also layout artists. Solaris is a tool that was created for less technically inclined artists who basically like to do a whole lot of drag and drop, those guys that don't really like to code stuff. Yeah, so if you want to do all of those cool and amazing stuff, there is now Solaris directly baked into Houdini 18, so you can work with this thing. And the cool thing about this is it is totally non-destructive. There is also a lighting tool set that actually comes with this brand new version of Houdini 18, which kind of links directly to Solaris, and this tool actually reminds me a whole lot of the HDRI studio rig that we've actually looked at. But then in Houdini, Houdini, it is non-destructive, and for sure it kind of has way more feature than you can find directly in the HDRI studio. Some of the things that you can find here is super amazing. The fact that you can control the light, actually there's just a whole lot of features that's coming with this particular tool. And from the guys at SideFX, they kind of describe this tool or this new lighting tool set as a way of painting light. So if you're a lighting artist or you're a look dev artist, probably this tool is going to make your day. The fact that this now comes with the whole USD thing, and so we've seen a whole lot of file formats change over the period of time. We've seen FBX, we've seen the Alembic, but I think USB is going to beat them all to a fourth. Now, the USD also comes with a compliant render, and this render is called Karma. And to me, the Karma renderer is definitely going to replace Mantra. Now, this Karma renderer was actually talked about earlier in the year during the SIGGRAPH 2019, and the VP at SideFX is also saying that we would not continue with this tool called Mantra. It belongs to another environment as it's not USD native. Karma, which seems to have started as a visualizing tool for dense production, for looks and devs, has now turned out to become a production render, and not just for making interactive render previews. There's also talk about the Hydra render delegate, which enables users to choose which render engine Solaris would use to display, assets in the 3D viewport. Officially, Solaris native renderer is the all-new camera renderer that is coming directly with Houdini 18. Although there is still talk about, support for RenderMan, Arnold, and probably AMD. And at the time of this recording, V-Ray, Redshift, and also 3D Delight is also planned to support this later in the future. Now let's get into the modeling territory and see what these guys have been up to. The modeling territory in Houdini has been just one part that has been lacking a little bit of sauce. Although the guys from SideFX, from time to time, they get to share some love, put one or two things there, from time to time, just to make sure that everything's working. So with this new version of Houdini that is coming, there is a brand new bend sub. And the bend sub has been overhauled and also reworked in a way that it has way more intuitive controls and, operations. And at the same time, there is a brand new, bevel sub which exists right now, and previously it was known as polybevel. There is also updates to the sweep modifier, and one cool thing with this is presently Houdini computes UVs for all of these three modifiers that we've talked about. So once they get applied to an object or geometry, once you start manipulating these things, changing their forms, trying to animate them, tweaking them from one point to another, automatically Houdini starts computing their UVs. This is to avoid seam issues along the U and V boundaries, and to just get some very impressive looking mesh. Especially if you have to start texturing this, you don't need to bother about those points when the UV starts overlapping, or you start getting UV seams. And this is really impressive, and I kind of like all of the cool things that has been making their way to the brand new version of Houdini. So there is also a couple of updates that you guys need to know. There is an update to the height field terrace sub, and there's also significant improvement to this Vellum, which is a multi-physics solver that was added into Houdini 17, and a lot of people have used this tool for so many things. There's also updates to the crowd simulator tool. There is update to FEM, Pyro solver, flip fluid, and so on and so forth. Now, outside the core of the software, there is a brand new Substance integration that has been made. So there's a Substance plugin for editing procedural materials. And speaking of plugins, within the time this announcement was made, there was also some third-party plugins that were released, and they were also showed off. Things that has to do with reality capture. There is a ZBRUSH bridge which has to do with Gozi. There's the quad remesher that has to do with retopology, and also the Rhizome UV in case you want to work with UVs. There are other useful add-ons that was also announced that has to do with MTL5 format importer. There is one for OBJ. There is also another one for quadrangulate. So one of the cool things with Houdini from this release is they were focusing more on people that want to do things that has to do with production, lighting artists that want to do layouts and all that stuff. In previous versions of Houdini, we got to see that the guys from SideFX have started stepping their game up. Contrary to people knowing them as an effects tool, now they've become a household name when it gets to do with procedural assets for games and all that amazing stuff. And it's actually cool to see the integration with USD and also seeing the whole new lighting system that comes in. It's a cool thing to see that the guys from SideFX are getting into some territories. I'm particularly happy about this release from the guys at SideFX, which is Houdini 18, but there is a question. The question is quite simple. Are the guys from SideFX actually biting more than they can chew, or are they just simply creating a tool that artists can use and do everything that they want directly in? Because with all these brand new updates coming to Houdini, Houdini is beginning to turn to that app that is a one app that fits all. To me, I kind of think that Houdini as a procedural tool has actually gotten to a point where it stands out and stands strong. With the implementation of the Solaris and the USD support directly in Houdini, will Houdini replace Katana? Will Houdini replace the Isotropics Clarice? And will Houdini replace tools like the HDRI Studio Rig? I'd also like to know what your take is on the brand new rendering engine that is coming to Houdini. Do you make use of Mantra? Would you like to try Karma? Tell me what you think about all of these updates in the comment section. If you want to get a copy of Houdini, link to where you can find that is in the description. And also, if you want to play with this tool, you should also consider checking a couple of videos, and link to where you can find the launch event is also going to be in the description, just in case you want to check these things out. And if you like this video and you learned something from it, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to turn on notification. And if you're new here and you want to check out more videos from these and you want to stick around to see more videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also turn on notification so you don't miss the next video or the next update. And until I see you guys again with a tutorial update, Free Friday, Tutorial Tuesday, tips and tricks, things like this. Peace.